Hi, welcome to Fail Disclosure. What's your fail?
Mine happened a few years ago.
Oh.
Let's call it fresh out of college, first job. So graduated with an advertising kind of marketing major.
Oh no, me too.
Moved. Yeah.
What do you do with that, right?
So moved, tried really hard, found a job in Kansas City. So super excited, wanted to make sure that I was always very pro and professional. And, things were going well for the majority of my time there until, of course, the holiday Christmas party came around.
Yes.
And
always this is a great moment.
Yeah, right?
I like where this is going.
Time where shit really hits the fan. So worked on a national client, and it would have been my first time really in the space of kind of an account type role. So managing the client within the agency.
Right,
so,
gotcha.
Very important job.
And highs and lows, right? Highs and lows of doing that. So
professional
in this particular
babysitting.
case, yeah, it was probably more lows than highs for this particular client. So stress had been building. It had been compounding for the months leading up to the holiday party. And it's so cliche, but, first job 101 is not to get too drunk at the holiday party.
No more than two or three drinks, right?
Oh, did you get drunk?
Right?
At the Christmas holiday party?
Of course. Yeah,
Nice.
I got wasted at the holiday party. So
It's a rite of passage in
and of course,
advertising.
this is a case where your boss comes, says hello, but then leaves early because that's the boss thing to do, and lets the minions
I've
just
learned that
get
the hard
wasted.
way.
So, right.
I need to learn that, actually. I need to leave earlier, actually.
So 22 years old, fresh out of college, first job, still trying to not make an ass out of myself, but just got wasted at the holiday party. We all took all the shots, did all the things. It was our team, our account team together.
Yeah.
Then at some point in the evening, we decided to drunk dial our boss. So
Nice.
let
The
him
one
know
that left
all the,
early?
Fun. Yeah, the one that left early that went home.
Oh, no.
So,
Yeah, you don't know
of
how
course,
familiar
that's
this
a great,
feels.
Yeah,
If your
call
boss is
him,
smart,
let him know
did not
what
answer.
he's missing.
Yeah. I do not answer those
yeah.
when I know there's some sort of party going on.
Well, he answered.
Oh, boy.
So we went around the horn. Everybody was, kind of airing their grievances at the time. I apparently said that the client needed to F off, just really made quite a scene, and that at some point I quit. I said that I quit, and I don't want to have any part of this moving forward. Right?
Wow.
Okay. So,
I just wanted to go to holiday parties forever.
yeah.
I quit and I love you, Pie.
I quit. I'm done. I'm out of here. I can't deal with this anymore. So all that had happened. Go home. This was also a Thursday. So work happened the next day.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
Of course, everybody who's hungover show up, drag my ass to work the next day. I didn't know. I remember that we called him, but I don't remember the conversation that we had. Okay?
I like the
So that's
alibi. I like the alibi.
Still
Okay.
sticking with it here to this day, too.
She's
I
so if
didn't
you're
remember.
listening to
Yeah.
this, John Smith.
Yeah. So I show up at work, try not to act as hungover as I am, tell everyone hello, get my coffee, sit down. I go over, I say hey to my boss, and I was like, hey, he's like, oh, have fun at the holiday party last night? And I'm like, oh yeah, wasn't that something? And he's like, oh, you must not remember. Well, I've set up an interview with HR for 9:00. So in about half an hour, the moving box is on your desk, and you can fill out your exit interview and paperwork here shortly. And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And and it's
savage move.
Really, I'm not one to break the rules. So
Okay,
this was
okay.
devastating. I was just heart lump, stomach, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? And I looked at him and I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, you don't remember? You quit last night.
Oh,
You called me and you quit.
Wow.
I have put things in motion. I've called HR. I have everything together for you. All you have to do is just show up at 9:30 and then pack your shit up and you're done. You're gone. And I was just like, oh, what did I do? Oh my God.
Oh,
no,
man.
this is terrible.
was he messing with you, or did you lose your job?
Yeah, no, that comes into play. So I go and I sit down. I mean, he makes me sweat it out. I'm at my desk, obviously crying, like just wondering what I'm going to do. HR calls me and says that they're ready for me to come down there.
Wow.
And I'm just like devastated. Now, this probably went on it felt like forever, but probably 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Then he calls me back in his office and he's dying, laughing. He's just like, you are out of control. Like, first of all, I'm just fucking with you. Like, people, you are not fired. You're fine. This is a great joke, but also, like, don't do that again.
I feel like he could not have played that better.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got it right to the end of it.
So well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So well done. I mean, he had it all dialed up. He had HR in on it. I mean,
it would have been better if you were like, yeah, well, fuck you.
Yeah, I quit. No, I meant to quit.
It's just like, I was joking too. I'm still drunk. Fall over. Oh my gosh.
So painful. But
Yeah. Well, it's good that your boss has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I can't imagine most people would have taken it serious unless, it's like a big, massive company and you're, in legal or whatever it is.
Or if they really did want to fire her, they hadn't got to around to it yet.
They're
They're like, actually,
did he
doors
like,
open.
fire? And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
just kick that door open. I do have to say that.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah, definitely, because I've seen that joke similarly get played. And it always seems like it's a lot more fun for the management versus the person that, thinks they're fired. So there's like a hard and fast rule at our company where I just zero joking about like, oh, you're fired. Like I just do not do that.
Can't
because
do that.
when that shit goes down for real, that it is not fun for anybody. So did you leave the job eventually? Are you still at it or did you get fired?
No, I didn't get fired. They lost a bigger client, and I decided to move on the brand side.
Good move. Because then it would be really weird if like they actually are going to fire you, and you're like, "This is a joke."
Yeah. They're like, "Come on, you need to talk to HR
again last night."
And you're like, "I get it. You guys
are
are so
did
silly.
all those whippets and heroin.
So silly around here." They're like, "No, you're actually fired."
Yeah.
Just keeps playing the joke.
Knock
shows
on
up the
wood,
next
I've never
day
been
and the
fired.
next day.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you still have you since then, or do you still get wasted at company parties?
Don't lie.
Oh, of course I do.
You're the best. That's awesome.
Of course I do. No lessons learned. Zero.
She's like, I did the same thing to him the next year.
Yeah, she's like, it's every fucking year for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Does that person
It's
still
probably
work at your
gotten worse,
company?
to be honest.
Yeah. Do you still work with that person at the company?
No. Yeah.
You should get drunk at your next holiday
moved
party.
on.
You should get drunk at your next holiday party, find out one of his employees and act like that person and tell him that you quit.
Oh my God.
Have you gotten
just my calling card from now on?
have you gotten into any other trouble at getting drunk at holiday or company parties?
Advertising agencies, there's always some wild stories.
No, not at this point. It's more like having other people stir the pot. You know, you can kind of
the next 22
find other 22-year-olds that are
and just get them drunk.
Yeah.
And then feed them ideas. You should call your boss. You fuck that guy. You should call your boss.
I worked with a guy. We did an internship at a big New York ad agency, And we had this like scavenger hunt one day, and it was like 1,000 degrees out. None of us had seen the sunlight, all year. And free booze, which when you're an intern in New York, that's like jackpot, right? He ends up we're walking around doing the scavenger hunt. He ends up just picking fights with people. There's this older woman that he's never worked with, a copywriter, and he's like, all I know is I turn around and I hear him going like, "What the fuck are you gonna do? Hit me? I'm gonna hit you first." And I'm like, oh my. No. And everybody just looks around and they kind of look at me because there's like 3 or 4 interns, and I'm like, I got him. So I take him, I figure out where he's going, and I put him on a subway, right? And it turns out he passed out and got completely robbed of everything. Oh, no. Like shoes, phone, backpack, everything. Yeah. He shows up to work the next day and he's super upset with me. And somehow it ended up being my fault or whatever. But we're fine now. But I was like, yeah, I guess New York, that probably wasn't a good idea. Because being from Nebraska, I'm like, well, you just load them up in the cab, right?
Send them on their way.
Yeah, not you don't send somebody to Queens drunk on a train apparently. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Man.
Do you drink at work?
Are you drunk right now?
I do on occasion.
She's like, I quit this podcast.
Waiting. Actually, what I was going to do was call and then probably go find a happy hour.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea, actually.
On that note.
All right. Well, this has been a great call. Thanks for sharing your story.
And I wish you many more happy drunken holiday parties.
Yes.
Never give up.
I want this to be a ritual. Do it again and then call us back again. And it's just like a repeat caller with the latest holiday party that she did. All right. Thanks for calling.
That's a deal. All right. Bye.
Bye.